Welcome back, guys. Today we are installing another mini split air conditioner. This is a 1-ton ETA home air conditioner, and should go over the steps. So first thing you got to do is you got to figure out where you want the blower to be. Mount the bracket that comes in the box that's attached to the air handler or the blower. Then we've already covered how to go about boring a hole to the outside. So that's the hole that we're going to be tunneling through. The third step is to connect the wiring from the inside unit to the outside unit, and also the refrigerant lines and the drain lines. All right, so we're going to do the wiring first. And for this 115 unit, you have 4 lines: black, white, red, and earth. So black is power, white is return neutral, and the red is signal, and the green is ground. All right, so we're going to just snake it through the back and here and connect it to 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. All right, now we have the wiring connected. We're going to replace this fastener clip to keep it from pulling out. Now that the clip has been replaced, we're going to put the cover back. Put the line cover on. We're going to put a secondary cover on as such. So there, now the main cover is on. All right, now we have the blower turned on its back, and this is refrigerant line. And since our line is going to run out towards the left, we cut out this plastic cutout right here, and we're going to connect the refrigerant lines, the low pressure, high pressure, and also the drain line. All right, so for the sake of simplicity, what we probably want to do is take the existing refrigerant lines and tunnel it through the opening. Straighten it out as best you can, and then tunnel it through the opening so we have room to work. And once we mount the air handler and we connect the pipes, we can better gauge the amount of pipe we've got left outside. And if need be, we can trim it and create a new flare fitting for the refrigerant lines. But ideally, if we don't have to do any more cutting, then it's already there. It'll be best. All right. All right, before we stitch everything back on, just want to show you the layout. So we got the lines, both electrical, drain, and the 2 refrigerant lines ported out. And this is the mating spot. Okay, so the inside, the refrigerant lines are connected, but we're going to leave it exposed like this, so when we let loose the Freon later, that we can check for leaks. All right. Okay, so we've tunneled out the 4 lines, and they look like this. Now it's just a matter of tying it into the machine. All right, I'm going to tie the electrical under here, and then I'm going to tie the refrigerant lines here. And once everything's connected, I'll evacuate the system using a vacuum, and then we'll go from there. So here once again is the electrical portion. This is from the inside. So we had the black line, white neutral, red signal, and green. All right, we're going to go ahead and route it through here. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3, ground. Ground is right here. All right, so this side is for the outside plug. So all the power is going to come into the condenser unit first, and then it gets rationed out to the inside air handler. Okay, so here it is again. The ground has been mated to the chassis. Black 1, white 2, red signal. And now for the other side, we're going to install the power buttons. Alright, so we've fused in all the wires. Remember, the air conditioners draw a lot of power and for long periods of time, so make sure your power cables are decent size, at least number 14. So yeah, that's what we've got. Okay, now that we've secured our lines to the condenser units, what we're going to do next is hook up a vacuum and evacuate all the air inside the system. Okay, we are at a pretty critical juncture in the installation process. So what we're doing now is everything is hooked in, right? Now we have to evacuate all the ambient air inside the system. So we're trying to create a vacuum on the air handler and the we're trying to and inside the pipe, the new pipe that we just installed, right? So we're trying to create a vacuum condition in here, draw out all the dirty wet air, and we're doing that by hooking it up to a vacuum. And we want to see on here right now it's reading by 14 psi, and we want to get it as close to negative 29 inches of mercury as possible. So we're going to turn it on and let it run for about 5 minutes. Okay, now that we have it in a negative pressure condition inside the refrigerant pipes that we just installed, we're going to release the freon that's stored inside the condenser and let it fill the pipes. And with the positive pressure inside the system, we're going to test for leaks by spraying it with soapy water. Alright, so you're going to need a number 5 or 5 millimeter hex head in order to release the freon. We're going to turn it counterclockwise. Or is it clockwise? Oh, I can never remember. Oh, counter. Alright, so you see the pressure's going up a lot. And that's really high. So these new systems utilize what's called R32. So I suppose the pressure point for high and low are different than the 410 that this gauge was designed for. So that's how they manage to squeeze more efficiency out of these newer systems. You know, different coefficient of performance. All right, leak check. All right, the inside looks good. Let's go outside. All right, looks pretty good. Let's so now that the freon's in and everything should be leak free, before disengaging this, wear gloves, otherwise the jet will burn you. Alright, and before doing it, we want to lower the pressure on this side by turning on the AC. And that way, pressure on this side will increase and on this side will decrease, so that way it will make it easier for us to disengage charging pipe that we installed. All right, more to come. All right, so we have closure on this issue. This is the unit that we just installed. And put a trim cover on the pipe. And also we foamed in the hole so that way no critters can get in. And there you have it. That's how you install a mini split AC. I'm gonna go and cut it off because this is running on utility power and not my solar system. But yeah, this is what it takes. These things are great. And I'll do another episode to go over how to mate it to your phone so that way you can control it remotely. Because this video is getting too long. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.